From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Presented by Amity University. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group and Voltas AC.
Good evening and welcome, viewers. The last time Rahul Gandhi did it, when he said that foreign countries must interfere in India, the Vadra Congress came to protect him and said, no, he has been misunderstood. They said that he had never intended to say so, and that too on foreign soil. So there was 1 month of denial. Now hashtag Rahul at it again. Hashtag Rahul at it again. This time Rahul Gandhi has, in a very woke, superficial, shallow and Western way, derided and attacked the Indian Hindu tradition of Shashtanga Pranam. Shashtanga Pranam, where you lie and bow prostrate before a divinity or a divine figure. The Shashtanga Pranam represents an essential religious practice of 100 crore Hindus in India. And it is absolutely unacceptable that on American soil, 54-year-old Rahul Gandhi has derided, mocked and made fun of the ancient Hindu practice of Shashtanga Pranam by calling it, and you won't believe the words he's used, he says, lying down and all that. Can you believe it? Lying down and all that? Is that the way you talk about Hinduism? With a snigger telling your American audience, these people, you know, the Prime Minister is lying down and all that. And you, Americans, should be happy that I'm not lying down. And it's an Indian politician who talks like this in America. He has no self-respect to be talking like that, and he certainly has no respect for Indian tradition and Hindu culture. Lying down and all that? This, viewers, is a direct and deliberate assault on the Hindu faith. For Hindus lie prone and prostrate on temple floors and before gods and gurus. This is our faith. This is our belief. This is our tradition. This is very integral to Hinduism. And Rahul Gandhi can't be pardoned time and time again. For he would never mock the religious habits or culture of any other religion. But he does so again and again in the specific context of Hinduism. And what is the reason for such a visceral hatred for Hinduism? And why has Rahul said this in America? He's going around saying Muslims in India are being oppressed. Muslims in India are being oppressed. Muslims in India are being oppressed. Everywhere. What is this narrative? Which narrative does this support, and which constituency is he trying to appeal to? The camera is on him. He has said this. He says the Prime Minister of India is a specimen. Muslims in India are being targeted. And the Prime Minister is lying down and all that. These are the words of a politician from India. You make a choice, viewers. You make a choice. Let's debate one tonight. You make a choice. Debate number 2 this evening, viewers. Growth. Very, very high, extremely high growth figures. India looking at 7.2%, unprecedented growth, one of the fastest growing economies in the world right now. GDP figures out today. And debate number 3 this evening. The Prime Minister, in his big rally in Ajmer, takes a continuously firm position against freebie guarantees, This as there is complete chaos in Karnataka when the freebies promised there haven't been delivered yet. That's debate number 3, and here are the headlines this Wednesday evening on the Debate Tonight.
The real issues in India are unemployment, price rise, spread of anger and hatred. BJP can't really discuss them, so then they have to do the whole scepter thing, lying down and doing all that.
Lying down and doing all that. Massive anger in India as Rahul Gandhi openly demeans Hindu traditions of Shashtanga Pranam by mocking the Prime Minister's Shashtanga Pranam during the inauguration of Parliament.
What is happening, for example, to the Muslim community in India today happened to the Dalit community in the 80s.
On foreign soil, Rahul says the Prime Minister of India is a specimen, says Muslims in India are being targeted and oppressed.
भारत विरोधी प्रोपेगेंडा के लिए ये जो प्रायोजित कार्यक्रम राहुल गांधी जी के होते हैं, धरती विदेशी होती है और अपमान भारत का करने का काम है.
He has done it before, but doing it again, the BJP calls Rahul now a habitual offender. With 7.2% GDP, India is the fastest growing economy, on target now as per GDP figures to achieve the $5 trillion goal. Global agency Morgan Stanley highlights India's big transformation in less than a decade in its report.
कांग्रेस ने कहा था, जो वादा किया था, वो निभाया क्या? ये ऐसी गारंटियां देते हैं को अगर अमल में लाया जाए, राज्य और देश दिवालिया हो जाएगा.
And in an unsparing attack, the Prime Minister takes on the Congress for its jhooti guarantee formula, as there is confusion about what the Congress promised in Karnataka itself. Ladies and gentlemen, Rahul Gandhi is at it again. He has taken a flight to America. He has gone to Santa Clara. He has spoken to a thin crowd in a closed room. And then he has insulted the Hindu faith. He has mocked Indian icons. He has mocked the Hindu religion, Hindu traditions, and run down the nation and said that Muslims in India are being targeted, and the Prime Minister of India, in his words, and I hate to repeat them, he says the Prime Minister of India is a specimen. Ladies and gentlemen, this cannot be a mistake. This is not a one-off. It's getting serious. Let's debate.
Rahul Gandhi is at it again. Speaking extempore at an event called Mohabbat Ki Dukaan with Rahul Gandhi in Santa Clara, he mocked the pious Hindu tradition of Shashtang Pranam.
I think the Parliament House, these are distractions. The real issues in India are unemployment, price rise. These are the real issues. BJP can't really discuss them, so then they have to do the whole scepter thing. Lying down and doing all that.
Rahul Gandhi tries to say that our Prime Minister was a diseased specimen.
That is the disease. That we have a group of people in India who are absolutely convinced that they know everything. In fact, I think they think maybe they know even more than God. They could sit down with God and have a conversation and explain to him, about what is going on. And of course, our Prime Minister is one such specimen.
And then, flanked by the man who said "Hua to hua" about the anti-Sikh riots in 1984, Rahul Gandhi makes this admission on Congress atrocities.
It is felt most strongly by the Muslim community, because it is done most directly to them. But in fact, it is being done to all minorities. What is happening, for example, to the Muslim community in India today happened to the Dalit community in the 80s.
His disconnected tirade has been called out as buncombe.
मुझे लगता है कि जो ये कहते हैं कि मुसलमान डरा हुआ है, शायद वो खुद डरे हुए हैं। जिस तरह से आज मोदी जी की सरकार में जिस तरह से मुसलमानों को आगे लेके जाया जा रहा है, तो मुझे लगता है कि शायद उन लोगों को ये शायद बर्दाश्त नहीं हो पा रहा।
Politically, his address has backfired.
यूपी में सरकार उनकी थी तो हाशिमपुरा हुआ, मलियाना हुआ। 1980 में उन्हीं की पार्टी की सरकार थी तो दिल्ली का मैसेकर हुआ। मुरादाबाद की ईदगाह में 400 से ज्यादा मुसलमानों को पुलिस फायरिंग में मार दिया गया। छत्तीसगढ़ में उन्हीं की सरकार है, वहां पर धर्म संसद होता है, छत्तीसगढ़ सरकार के स्पॉन्सर्ड, और वहां पर महात्मा गांधी को गाली दी जाती है।
None of it makes any sense.
I kept thinking, why is this T-shirt not leaving the TV screens? Right? Why is it just sitting on the TV screen? The reason was because I had picked up on some truth, and it was transmitting.
And no one is buying the inauthentic, unsubstantiated, anti-Hindu narrative. Let's debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, some parts of this can be seen to be funny. For example, Mohandas Pai, when he says that my T-shirt is transmitting the truth and there is something about my T-shirt and the truth is coming out from the cloth of my T-shirt. These are funny things that a person can say. And Uday Mahurkar, Sadhvi Jaya Bharti and Mohandas Pai, we can say that, don't take it seriously. But when he attacks Hinduism on American soil, Waris Pathan, and we must take a very secular approach on this. You would not, for example, he would not go to a Christian country. He could not go, for example, to America, which is a predominantly Christian country, and make fun of the practice of kneeling down as one of the signs of devotion during communion. You would not say that. Rahul Gandhi would not hurt Protestants and Catholics. He would not mock the practice of bowing down. Every religion has its own practice. The Muslims during namaz, they bow down. You would not make fun of that. You should not make fun of that. You should not make fun of that. You can't make fun of, Christian practices during communion. You cannot make fun of Muslim prayers during namaz. You can't mock Parsi, Zoroastrian practices, Renu, Romesh Sabarwal ji and Vikraman of reciting prayers like Zoroastrians do and bowing down. But when you do that with Hinduism, Sadhvi Jaya Bharti is opening the debate. When you are doing that with Hinduism and then saying, lying down and all that. I'll show you the picture, viewers. If the Prime Minister's pictures during his Shashtanga Pranam can be shown on television tonight, where a person during Shashtanga Pranam lies completely prone on temple floors and touches their heads to the ground. This is what the Prime Minister did. In the presence of Hindu saints, this is a mark of his devotion to the Sengal, which he's bowing down before. Before the Sengal is a sign of divinity. And Rahul Gandhi says, he's lying down and all that, he says, And he says after that to the American audience, aren't you guys happy I'm not lying down? So I feel there's a direct assault on Hinduism and a Hindu practice. And it's not funny, Vikraman. It's not funny. You wouldn't make fun of Muslim practices, so don't make fun of Hindu practices.
Nobody is making.
Don't dare make fun of it. Don't know, because you think it's funny and you are enjoying the fact that Rahul Gandhi is targeting a Hindu practice. Yeah, Mohan, are you seeing it's a smirk?
I am enjoying the fact that Rahul Gandhi
it's a direct smirk.
Like you
of course, this joker is smirking.
Of course
He
he's
has been
smirking.
stating the.
He must learn
real
not to
facts.
abuse any religion, if he has any sense. Look at the guy smiling and smirking.
Of course he's smirking, Mohan. He's smirking. Because
Yes, he's smirking. Look at him.
Yeah.
Obnoxious, demented.
It's people get angry at it. Sadhvi Jaya Bharti.
No, can I
Don't
say
abuse
something?
any religion. Don't abuse any
You
religion.
can't do this.
Arnab.
Don't abuse any
You
religion.
can't abuse Hinduism like this.
Listen for my smile.
You can't call it lying down and all that.
You again got hold of
It's a juvenile way of talking. It's a juvenile and deliberate attack on the Hindu religion.
You've taken my
What is an attack on the Hindu religion?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Arnab, give me some space to talk.
I'm letting Renu and then after that Sadhvi Jaya Bharti. 1 second.
He was making fun of Hinduism.
Sadhvi Jaya Bharti, you're
Arnab,
saying
what was
this.
happening was that religion in our country is a private practice.
No.
We do it in our temples, we do it in our homes. But for the Prime Minister to totally transport it to Parliament and then make a great fun of the whole thing. He's the Prime Minister who is making fun of the whole issue. He can do Shashtang before his elders in
he
his
will do
house,
Shashtang.
in the temple before God.
Yeah.
But you don't do it in Parliament. Parliament is a place
I'm
where
opening
you
this up.
worship
Thank you, Renu.
Constitution of India.
Mohan is responding. 1 minute. Mohan, 1 minute. People are very angry now. Mohan is saying something. Sadhvi, after Mohan, please. Mohan again, please. Mohan, please. Mohan, please. Mohan.
Anna, why
what is
is this person? Why is this person talking about a practice? What is this person's business?
You know, you're going about
Why is she
it in the
abusing
wrong
the Hindu
way.
religion?
You are saying it's a.
Why is this person abusing the Hindu religious practices?
Hinduism.
Does he have the courage to? Does he have the courage to say about other religions? She knows what will happen to her.
To make an issue.
Look at this kind of people who come on national television and openly abuse the Hindu religion.
What did the Prime Minister of India do? He kept the president and the vice
It
president
doesn't matter.
away.
It doesn't matter what he did.
The point is,
don't abuse the religion.
The point is,
Don't abuse the religion.
the point is, you see, Mohan, Renu, you'll have to take a break. I'm getting Romesh Sabharwal on the left. 1 second, Mohan, 1 second, please, please. First of all, I want to tell all our viewers that though many of you are calling on the phone lines right now, this being a sensitive issue, it has religious overtones. I will read tweets, but I will not open the phone lines right now because I can't filter behind the commentary that will follow on an occasion like this. But Sanju, I'm coming to you. I'm going to get everyone equal time, so I'll have Sanju and Jaya Bharti on the left. I will bring in Romesh Sabharwal and Waris Pathan on the right. And I just want to say this, that when I heard this morning, 1 minute, sir, 1 minute, ma'am, 1 minute, ma'am, one minute, Renu, I don't believe in this form of secularism. I would request you, Renu, to be quiet for a moment, please, so everyone comes into the debate. He says tonight, because
you have to give me a chance.
No, it's a Hindu tradition, and I will give you a chance, but I will assert and reassert and doubly reassert that what the Prime Minister did was most appropriate. It was a Hindu tradition, and to respect and honor a Hindu tradition, because the Sengol was being passed on and was being brought back to its original glory and even greater after being called Nehru's walking stick. And when it was there, it was in the presence of Shaivite sons, and then Rahul Gandhi going and saying lying down and all that is a deliberate attack on Hinduism. That's how I see it. Doubly I feel, Sadhvi Jaya Bharti, he would not have done this about any other religion. But some people think it is secular to abuse Hindus, and then if Hindus complain, 1 minute, if Hindus complain, they will be told they are not good Hindus. They will be told Hindus are supposed to be softies who get slapped and abused and never question. You know, whose practices, ancient practices, will be ridiculed, right? And whose religion will be constantly chastised and abused and torn apart, and to be a good Hindu is to watch your religion being derided and abused in the way Rahul Gandhi has done. Sadhvi Jaya Bharti opening the debate, then I'll make it political. Sadhvi Jaya Bharti, please.
Yes. One thing, you know, that you have actually overrated Rahul Gandhi here, saying that he's an Indian politician. Just take away his family and his background and he would never been there where he is. Having Sam Pitroda standing behind, it's a PR stunt and all that they are doing to survive this clan and this, you know, making sure that he makes a difference, which is not possible. Another thing, you know, we can very well ask about whether lying down and all that, next time we get the visuals or a reason where he fakes on a wrong shoulder, the janev and all that, where he can't even handle the dhoti, and the people walking beside him, just helps so that he doesn't stumble upon. So we have had enough of him. He's not a political leader. He carries no political acumen. He carries no sensitivity of the population he so well portrays to be the political leader of. So he does, and when you just have, you actually just explain the chronology of from Nehru to Rahul Gandhi, it's a genetical problem I think they have, that, their secularism begins by demeaning and insulting Hindus, and they have been surviving by that. It is for now that they still feel, and they do not get the sense of the thing that now they have to act differently. Nobody listens to him in India, and therefore the US soil where you do a paid PR. So we Indians and we Hindus are not dumb. We've understood you, and it's better you get sense of your own self and you behave in a manner that at least your people in your country start taking you seriously.
And now I would like to bring in Sanju, Mr. Sabharwal, and Waris Pathan. I'll give everybody their turn. I just want to be sure, Mr. Sabharwal, that you don't stand with something like this. You are a practicing Hindu, and so am I. And the fact is that when we do Shashtanga Pranam, it is a complete, I would say, you prostrate.
Submission.
It's a complete submission. Yeah, submission would be the right word. And yes, pranam is a Sanskrit where you are bowing down, you're bowing forward, you are bending your head. When you bow down before the divinity.
Look to what is he bowing down and giving the complete submission to. The symbol of the democracy. He's putting his whole devotion, his whole self, his complete submission to the higher ideals.
And then
you can't see that.
He would not. You see, he would not say so about any other event. And I feel, Mr. Sabharwal, I want to tell you, I feel, and I want to tell you, Mr. Sabharwal, even when the Prime Minister was at the Bhumi Pujan of the Sri Ram Mandir, he did Shashtanga Pranam there. And that is the way we Hindus, right, absolutely show our faith.
Devotion
is the way
and
in which we seek blessings. This is the way Hindus do it. To go to America and mock Hindus. Mr. Sabharwal will not go unnoticed. Secondly, Mr. Sabharwal, honestly tell me, don't take a party position, but would you make fun of the way Muslims, do their namaz? You wouldn't, and I wouldn't. We should not. But why would you make fun of the way Hindus bow down or do their prayers? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that, Mr. Sabharwal? You speak and then we'll get...
Nobody is going to get threats like Nupur Sharma from us. Like Nupur Sharma got. Nobody is going to get threats like that.
Arnab, can I answer all this?
Yes.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Yesterday the function was organized by the Department of... organized by the Indian Overseas Congress in the USA and California. My son was present there. He attended that program. And what he wrote to me, I'll tell you.
No, he said that,
what your son Papa,
said, sir, with respect.
He was full of confidence.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not interested. I'm sorry. You're making it personal when I'm not making it personal. I'm 1 minute,
my
sir.
son is a Hindu.
I am asking you.
My son is a Hindu.
Yeah, sure, your son is a Hindu. Then your son should have objected. Your son should have stood up there and said, my father is a congressman, but I will not accept the way you are making fun of my religion on American soil. Your son should have objected to that.
You don't differentiate Hinduism. It's enough. You people are destroying the country.
I would have loved seeing
I can't hear Sabharwal's audio.
Comment rather than
1 minute, Mr. Sabharwal, please.
Debate.
Thank you, Sadhvi. Mr. Sabharwal, 1 minute. Mr. Sabharwal, first of all, please don't bring your son into this. 1 point. Allow me to complete. Your son is a practicing Hindu. I don't discount that. But I would expect him, as a practicing Hindu, to say to Mr. Rahul Gandhi that, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, you would not abuse a pastor or a Christian. You would not abuse an imam or a Muslim. You would not abuse anybody, a Buddhist monk or a practicing Buddhist. Why do you abuse Hindus in a public forum?
Any saint.
Sir, that was not lying down and all that. What is the meaning of...
Who is doing a drama?
What is lying down and all that?
Wrestlers are dying there.
If you, then you abuse Hinduism, and let us see how the people of this country respond. abuse Hinduism, if you say I give a damn, make fun of the Hindu tradition and say we should accept it, and say to the people of this country, let Rahul Gandhi abuse Hinduism and Hindu practices, you take it for granted and don't question it. I open the phone lines, you'll realize the sentiment of the people of this country. Mr. Sabharwal,
what he has done to Murliminohar Joshi?
What do you mean by lying down and all that?
What he has done to
What do you mean by lying down and all that? What do you mean, sir? What do you mean, sir, by lying down and all that? What do you mean? What do you mean? How dare you talk like that? What do you mean? What drama is that?
Sir, Hinduism means to respect women.
Nonsense.
Hinduism means to respect elders. To respect President of India.
Yeah, then show the respect. Don't say lying down and all that. Don't say lying down and all that. Just because a few members of the overseas unit of your party will clap for anything your leader says. What do you mean by saying lying down and all that? Would you say that about any other religion?
They were all Hindus.
Would you say that about any other religion?
If they would have...
Would you say that about any other religion than Hinduism?
There were thousands of people.
Does it increase your scientific temper or make you more woke by abusing Hinduism or a Hindu religious practice? It is a Hindu religious practice.
Sir,
you don't want to do it. You don't believe in it. You follow your philosophy, but you don't make fun of it in a public forum or even in private, sir. That's my point. And Sanju's responding to you. I'm not opening the phone lines, though many are calling.
Arnab? Yeah. You know, Arnab, I often hear on debates from the other side, particularly Congress spokespersons, when they are caught in a bind, they say that, you know, what was the need for Pradhan Mantri Modi ji to do that Shashtang Pranam? After all, we are a secular country. You know, secularism simply differentiates between the state and the religion and says that state should not have a religion. Equally, that said, show me one prime minister, and I'm talking of Narendra Modi here. He went in 2018 to Indonesia. He visited the Grand Istiqlal Mosque. In 2016, he served langar at the Golden Temple. You know, last year you saw him visiting Gurudwara Rakabganj and Gurudwara Seesganj. He is the same Prime Minister who very proudly laid the Shilanyas of the Ram Janmabhoomi Temple in 2019. And yet, he is also the same Prime Minister who offers a chadar without hesitation at the Ajmer Dargah. He is the same Prime Minister who visited, the Vatican in October 2021 and, had an excellent jappi with Pope Francis. He is the same Prime Minister who recently, just a few weeks back, came to Mumbai and made a superb outreach to the Bohri Muslim community. He is the same Prime Minister who just last month visited Kerala and visited the head of the Syro Malabar church leader George Cherry and 16 other Catholic bishops. So what I'm trying to say is that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is secular in the real sense of the term.
Udaya Mahurkar, please wait.
And very quickly.
Just Mr. Mahurkar has to go, so I want to get a comment from him before he goes on this. Mr. Mahurkar, before... one second, please hear from Mr. Mahurkar. I'll give you full time to respond after that. Mr. Mahurkar, can you hear me? Uday Dada.
Make my point, sir. I am waiting here since half an hour.
I am aware of that and I will come to you. Uday,
allow me, I want to make my point.
Uday Mahurkar, can you hear me?
What are our views on Rahul Gandhi's visit? The nation wants
to know.
No.
I don't... Mr. Pathan.
Mr. Pathan. Know about us.
Mr. Pathan, I'll come to you in just a minute.
Yes, what are our views?
In just a minute, I want to come to you.
They know your views.
Mr. Mahurkar, I want to go to Mr. Mahurkar because he's got to go and then I'll come back to you. Uday Dada, they say, what is your view on Rahul Gandhi's comments on the Hindu tradition of Shashtanga Pranam?
You see, as a leader of opposition, he has all the right to criticize the ruling party and even the Prime Minister. And he can do it even in America. But then mocking at Hindu traditions, he has mocked at even Singol this time, not just Shashtang. And you see, I wish he had spoken with the same strength against the way Muslims offer namaz on roads and block the roads. There are many cities in this country where Muslims offer namaz on the road and they block the road. I wish he had spoken on that. And more than that, you see, look at what the Prime Minister has done. He has revived an old tradition about which the country had forgotten. You know, getting Singhal, installing it in the parliament is a very big development for the country, you know. Because I still remember, I being a student of history, as to how Raj Dand used to play a role, you know, in terms of good governance for the king, you know.
Yeah.
Even Chhatrapati Shivaji, when he ascended the throne, he was given Raj Dand by the chief priest Gaga Bhatt, who conducted his Rajya Abhishek, you know.
No, when this was
so,
said,
you know, he has to have a sense of history also.
Yeah,
he has to have some sentiment for the Hindu community also, Hindu traditions also, you know.
Absolutely, he should, sir. I know that. And Waris Pathan, first of all, do you think he would say this about any other religion? Have you ever had one instance of Rahul Gandhi attacking any other religion besides Hinduism?
Where during the 1980s, who was in power? They were in power. We were not in power. In 1980s, what happened? Hashimpura happened, Malyana happened, Nell massacre happened, Kanpur happened. They were there. Rahul Gandhi said the condition of Dalit that was prevailing in 1980s, that is the same condition today of Muslims in India. But he did not say what is the condition of the Muslims in India today. I will say what is the condition of the Muslims in India after Modi came to power in 2014. Since Modi has come to power, Arnab, he has started only one thing, spreading hatred. And especially he has created a war type situation against the Muslim community. They have got difficulty with our hijab. They have problems with our food habits. They have problems with our madrasa. They have even reduced our minority budget in this session, Arnab. And Modi speaks about
you are not on the subject. I am presently commenting. It's not a generic debate. I am presently commenting. I find it amazing that Waris Pathan will not make one comment against Rahul Gandhi's attack on a Hindu religious practice. Then you are being very selective, Waris.
I said
you should. You think it's okay?
Whether Rahul Gandhi or Modi, nobody must disrespect the religion practiced by any other person. Every person should have to respect the other religion. Nobody is the right who is given the right to respect the religion. Now, just now, one of the speakers said the Muslims offer Ramaz on the road.
Arnab, I need to make my point now because I heard Waris Pathan rambling and making zero sense.
Hindu brothers also do Aarti. We never object to that. We never object to Aartis. I am going to make my points.
I was quiet and silent when you were making your
points. Allow me. See, now you are talking about Singhal. Singhal is the symbol of justice. And what justice did Modi do? Did he invite the president of our country? No. He went into the Lok Sabha.
You're not on the subject. The other thing which Rahul Gandhi has done, Waris, you're moving far away from the debate, so I'll have to move to others. The other thing which has happened here, the other comment which has happened here, Mohandas Pai and Sanju. Waris, I'll come back to you. Just stop for a while, volume down. I'm making a point. What Rahul Gandhi has said today,
Can she dictate terms to you, Arnab?
Nobody is dictating terms to me, but I am dictating terms to you, sir.
Who is she?
I am dictating terms to you, sir.
Why is Waris Pathan given so much chance to make? I am making some sensible.
You are not responding to my question.
Let the nation know what actually happened. That is what I want the nation to know what is happening.
You have no idea what happened and you're not responding to it. You've come with a prepared statement that you want to read out and I will not let you do that. The other news point today, 1 minute Sanju, 1 minute. The other news point today is that Rahul Gandhi has said that Muslims in India are being oppressed. And he has said so. This is the Pakistani narrative.
I am saying how?
The Muslims in India are oppressed. Muslims in India don't have equal rights. Mohandas Pai is on that debate. Mohandas Pai. Sanju after Mohan.
Anna, the most ridiculous thing is this victimhood narrative that the Muslims are getting oppressed. Muslims got the biggest benefits that they ever had in the history from the NDA government. If you look at all the social benefits, they are the biggest. Muslims have been made the poorest community in India by the Congress for the last 60 years. They have been impoverished by the Congress. Congress has paid them lip sympathy. They have not got any economic benefits. The amount spent on the Muslims is the highest. Muslims in this country enjoy their personal laws. The Hindus do not. Muslims run their own mosques. The Hindu temples are managed by government.
So we have
And now this Waris Patan and Rahul say Muslims are oppressed. This is the most ridiculous statement anybody can make in this country. If you want to see how Muslims are oppressed, you must look to the neighboring countries to find how Muslims are oppressed. Nobody oppresses Muslims or anybody in this country. Please stop this victimhood narrative. Please stop this victimhood narrative.
See, for me, whether the Congress or the BJP, they are two sides of the same coin.
You've repeated yourself now. I'm getting Sanju and Mr. Sabharwal. Mr. Sabharwal and Sanju. The other thing which Rahul Gandhi has done is the use of the language, and he says the Prime Minister of India is a specimen. I want the response of Mr. Sabharwal, who was trying to show fake anger in the start of the debate. Rahul Gandhi says the Prime Minister of India is a specimen. Do you endorse that language? The Prime Minister of India is such a specimen, according to him. Do you endorse this language?
Rahul ji has said that because the Prime Minister is not fair to the India.
No, he's not said that. He's not said that. He says the Prime Minister of India is a specimen.
Everywhere.
Specimen. You call your Prime Minister on foreign soil a specimen.
He knows everything.
Yeah, but you call him a specimen.
No, it's not a foreign soil.
What, America is not foreign soil? Must be not for Rahul or your party.
That is right, but
why has he said the Prime Minister of India is a specimen? No, why has he called him a specimen?
No, he said in some context,
Which context?
He knows that he knows everything. He thinks that he's above God.
No, but is this the language of a serious politician? Do you talk like that? It's very, very shallow. It's comedy show language. It's comedy show language where the joke is on Rahul.
Arnab, he speaks every day.
Is this a way to speak? Why don't you give him a script?
Like this.
And you are okay with him, you're okay with him attacking Hindu tradition?
Why they are so afraid of that?
Okay, so you're okay with him attacking Hindu tradition?
We are not attacking, I'm also Hindu. I'm more Hindu than Modi ji.
I need to make a rebuttal.
I've never disrespected the elders like Advani ji. I never disrespected Advani ji. I never disrespected women who are sitting on Jantar Mantar Road. What is Hinduism? Hinduism means to respect elders. Hinduism means to help poor people.
Jai Bharti, don't have a meltdown on my program. Don't have a meltdown on my program. I'm not telling you anything. 1 minute, everyone else on that. What's going on here? Mr. Sabharwal, you are embarrassed about your leader. Don't take it out on me.
Can I?
Arnab, made it difficult even for the defenders to defend it. Their leader, puts his foot in his mouth, and then it's so difficult even for these defenders to defend him. That the very basic question that you have asked was: is it okay for even a so-called leader of the opposition, which he even is not? Is it the right way to speak about the Prime Minister? You can object to him, you can absolutely counter him on the grounds you want in the frame of the civility and necessary courtesy.
Because you're giving
that was a simple question, and why was the meltdown? I do not understand. They don't, it's very difficult for them to defend in the sphere of rationality.
I don't understand. Yeah. Arnab, the point here is that the Prime Minister of India ran a one-man show when he was there, when he was inaugurating the Parliament. He inaugurated the Parliament, he was on the screen, he brought in all the clerics and all the others, and he was the only one-man show. The fact that the President and the Vice President are not there is a clear signal. Is a clear signal that he wants a presidential form of government. And this was his way of telling the country that this is what he wants. And this is what he is going to do.
This is how you rank. This is the way to say.
1 minute, Renu.
This is what the Prime Minister of
Renu, I will now go into a little bit of contemporary history. With everyone's permission, bring Sanju into the debate.
No, first let me speak, Arnab. You are giving everybody a chance, but you don't let many of us speak. You have to let me, give me
Vikraman, so far I started the debate with you. Okay, I'd say this to you, but I can only speak to one of you at a time. I can speak to one of you at a time. Please understand my limitations.
Let me speak. Now I'm speaking.
Understand my limitations. I have the capacity to process 2 audio layers at a time.
You have to you have to be fair to everybody.
I'm very fair. I'm very fair. I'm balanced and fair. Now my question is this.
1916 in Columbia University, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar had said this: as long as caste in India does exist, Hindus will hardly intermarry or have any social intercourse with outsiders. And if Hindus migrate to other regions on earth, Indian caste would become a world problem. This was said by none other than Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in his paper Caste in India, the mechanism.
I want to bring your attention. Sadhvi, 1 minute. Vikraman, have you finished? Vikraman, you made your point. Vikraman, I want to counter you for a minute, Vikraman, and my counter is very simple. Vikraman, listen here. Listen here. You are a little not aware of these issues. So I need to tell you something.
What issues?
Well, if I'm
aware of things.
Well, I mean, you're aware of things. You have about the same levels of comprehension as Rahul Gandhi. Now listen to me. My point here is
your level of comprehension is above Modi ji. That is why you are more than a
comprehension, but response.
Well, there is no point. There is 1 minute. I have believed in the old philosophy of life. Okay, that you must improve on yourself. But unlike Rahul Gandhi, I have higher standards for myself.
Except that you
now you can. I have always had higher standards for myself.
Only preach.
Well, anyway, my point is, see, Vikraman, right now this is not Big Boss, so don't behave like you are in Big Boss.
Will you
don't show your Big Boss behavior right now.
Will you call Mr.
Why are you not behaving? Don't give me your Big Boss behavior now, Vikraman.
Ambedkar anti-Hindu.
No, I will not say anything like that. I will not say anything. Can you, first of all, do you have a problem? Do you have a problem of repeating everything many times?
In New York.
Okay. Now,
will you call him an anti-national? Tell me.
Just 1 minute. Sanju, just wait a minute, please.
Will any of your panelists there, sitting there, supporting the specific God, Mr. Narendra Modi, will they call Dr. Ambedkar?
Okay, I will give a very comprehensive response, but I need you to just be quiet for a minute. Thank you so much. Sanju, before I come to you, I don't make any generalized assumptions. I have looked at the history of Rahul Gandhi's comments. And I want to bring in Sanju and Mohan. Sanju first. And we'll get everybody their turn. Vikraman, I've heard you here. See, Rahul Gandhi said that Hindu terrorist groups, radicalized Hindu terrorist groups don't exist. Radicalized Hindu groups are more dangerous than Lashkar-e-Toiba after 26/11. This was recorded in, I think, WikiLeaks. He has then said, जो लोग मंदिर जाते हैं वो महिलाओं को छेड़ते हैं. A generalization that temple goers are sexual harassers. He has then attacked his religious opponents by saying, why do you say Jai Shri Ram? He will not question the use of other religious greetings. Salman Khurshid has compared Rahul Gandhi to Lord Ram. Okay? And he has also mocked yoga by the forces. You know, he doesn't know that the yoga goes back to the 2500 BC. So my question is, there has been a visceral hatred towards Hinduism. All I'm saying tonight is that he has just given me the most latest example of it. I hope that answers, and now Sanju will respond. Sanju, we're taking the debate forward. Right now they are saying this was not the intention.
Okay. You know, Arnab, very quickly, first I want to bust this myth that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is anti-Muslim. Because you've also showcased this on your debates umpteen times in the last 1 year.
Yeah,
you know, Prime Minister's various schemes, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, 33% allocated to Muslims. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, 37% allocated to Muslims. Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, 31% allocated to Muslims. Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana, 36% allocated to Muslims. Pradhan Mantri Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, various schemes, around 41% allocated to Muslims. So
and you release Bilkis Banu's rapist.
More for Muslims.
And you release Bilkis Banu's rapist. And you give them tickets to contest the elections also. Beti Bachao just a Jumla.
Did I disturb Baris Pathan? Why is it that
Beti Bachao just a Jumla.
You allow the others
Yes,
to
you disturbed me.
I refuse to debate with this group.
No, China entered into our. China entered into Arunachal Pradesh. Modi was silent.
Waris,
Money is burning.
She didn't heckle you, Waris, so you got to stop
You
right
are
now,
an
Waris.
illiterate bigot.
Waris,
You are an
Waris,
illiterate bigot.
Waris,
You are.
Please keep quiet. You're a goon. Nothing else. Now let me
Everybody knows who you are. Everybody knows who you are.
Goswami, can I finish?
Don't get personal.
Okay, fine. Let this goon keep shouting. I refuse to debate because you do not allow the BJP.
Waris, now don't do this, please. I came to her after some time, and when you spoke, she didn't interrupt you. So please carry on. Waris, thank you. You'll get a chance to respond, all right? Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Now the other very important thing. Have you noticed that Rahul Gandhi, he made one very interesting comment.
Take it on the grid.
He said, today, not only Muslims, even Dalits are being treated pathetically and the same manner in which, they were treated in the 1980s. I dug out some data. Between 1980 and 1989, first it was Indira Gandhi who was the Prime Minister from 1980 to 84. From 84 to 89, it was Rajiv Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi's father, who was the Prime Minister. So when Rahul Gandhi says that Muslims and Dalits were marginalized between 1980 to 89, he is actually casting aspersions on the credibility of his grandmother Indira Gandhi and on the credibility of his father Rajiv Gandhi. Second very important point, Arnab, very quickly. Did you notice?
No, Arnab, allow me to make my point.
Were very bad in
Allow me enough of these writings we have listened to. Enough of these writings, allow me.
Everyone on the screen, we keep them on.
1980 and 1989.
Allow us enough of our
Congress leader N.D. Tiwari who was the chief minister. It was Congress leader Veer Bahadur Singh who was the chief minister of Uttar Pradesh. And even V.P. Singh who was then in Congress was the chief minister of Uttar Pradesh. So between 1980 and 1989, we had Congress Prime Ministers in the center.
Now on the Motorola moment tonight, I have Mohank who says, shame on the Vadra Gandhis for insulting India on foreign soil. We have Arapna who says, good evening Arnab sir, shame on Rahul Gandhi, you left no stone unturned to insult India on foreign soil. Nabakumar Bhattacharjee says, Raga assumes the guise of so-and-so to cheat Hindus. Okay, V. Anand says, a wise man is known by his silence, a fool is known by his speech. We have Madhusudan who says that VCK considers itself above the constitution. That's in reference to what is being said here by Vikraman. We have a lot of responses tonight. We have Subhash who says that this person is ungrateful to his motherland. Gunashekar Bhatt who says that Rahul is the biggest liability. His speechwriter Sam Petroda should understand the mood of the country. We have Ishkavu who says Rahul, who is not even an MP, puts his foot in his mouth again. We have Ishika who says, how can we expect a person who never respected the law of India to respect the culture of India? And we have Aruna Kapoor who says hard action should be taken against him for the sake of the nation. Now, the question here is, you understand public sentiment, Mrs. Abarwal? Do you understand it or not? I think your party...
Even Mohandas Pai was laughing when Sanjeev was making her point.
No, he was not. No one.
I feel so sad,
Yes.
I feel so sad that we have divided Hinduism into two parts, A category and B category.
What A category and B category do you mean?
I feel so sad.
What categories?
I feel so sad.
What categories have we divided in Hinduism?
We are also
illegal, illiterate
the people.
You give time to them to make their points.
The way in which we are going, Hinduism is equal to everyone.
China entered into our territory. Modi is silent.
I don't know.
Demonetization
If anything
BJP
Rahulji speaks, why BJP reacts so much? And they always
it's not anything,
the
sir.
religion language.
It's not anything, Mohan. It's not anything. Mohan wants to make a point, Mr. Abarwal, in response to you. Mohan, please.
So there are
Mohan is responding to you, Mr. Abarwal.
Mr. Sabharwal is right. Mr. Sabharwal is right, Arnab, because Mr. Sabharwal is making a point. Why are you taking Rahul Gandhi seriously? He never speaks seriously. He's always like that. He makes flippant statements. Why do you take him seriously? Sabharwal is supporters saying, we don't take him seriously. Why you take him seriously? Let him say what he wants. It does not mean anything. I think we should listen to Sabharwal and applaud him for being honest. Because, Sabharwal is very honest to say, don't take him seriously. Why are we having this argument about him? His own people don't take seriously.
China has
I think that's correct. That's correct, Arnab. Don't take him seriously.
Rajnath Singh has categorically said there has been no Chinese occupation of Indian territory. Stop lying.
Well, the debate is trending tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
The Defence Minister Rajnath Singh's statement, China has not encroached on Indian territory.
Well,
I would.
My goodness, they are so afraid.
See, Mohan Das Pai is also laughing when Sanju is making her point.
Yes, not Sanju is making a point at Sabharwal. Because Sabharwal said, don't take Rahul seriously. That's correct.
Laughing and mocking is different things.
He is laughing at you.
Islamist clown.
Well, I think to say that the Prime Minister of India is a specimen to deride the ancient Hindu tradition of Shashtanga Pranam and to continue to speak like this, you can score as many self-goals as you wish, Mr. Sabharwal, let me tell you. But you cannot call the elected head of a country of 1.42 billion people a specimen on American soil. And you can't say these things about Hinduism. I'll thank you very much and close it there. Ladies and gentlemen, some good news on the other side. We got the GDP numbers, absolutely fantastic. An improvement on what was a good base rate in India is heading to about 7.2%, making us one of the fastest growing, the largest, fastest growing economy in the world. What do the critics have to say to that? We'll get both sides when I'm back.